that time for me and Fat Boy to make this rhyme.
No.
I don't know
What's
if I
the
can.
deal, man? Let's get to it.
We live. We waiting on our peoples to come in because
Come
y'all
on
know
in,
what
y'all.
it is. Y'all
Come
getting
on in,
notifications. Y'all about to
on
get the
in,
notifications from every platform there is.
Come on in her.
You know.
Huh? Come on in her.
Come on in her and her.
Come on in
her.
her.
Where you at? You on YouTube or Facebook?
I'm on Facebook. I'm on YouTube.
Oh, okay. I always ask every time we start.
Mm-hmm.
Just so I can know where to go to.
So you can know where to go, yeah. I'm trying to get us. Shit ain't fun. Oh, there we go. Sometimes I gotta refresh it a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
Come on in here now.
Who we got? I don't see these numbers moving yet. What's up? Everybody come on in here. Come on, Tim. Come on, Tim.
Come on now. Come on, Tim.
Come on, Tim. There we go. We got one. Let's go. Who we got in here? We got one. Start sharing, you guys. If y'all in the building right now, start sharing. So we got a great show coming up. We got a lot to talk about. A lot of crazy stuff been going on.
A lot of crazy stuff going on right now.
Yeah, so if I'm tagging you, hey, if anyone from the Fuel family is on this feed today, I'm gonna need y'all to come on in and help me out with this family affair we got going on right now. This family thing we did, this topic we got, because I'm really, really wondering how we're gonna make this happen as far as family coming back together, right?
Absolutely.
So, let me see. Oh, who did we lose him? We got a lot, y'all. We got a lot going on. So come on in. Don't mind the background. That's another story we tell you later.
Oh, I was gonna say, what you got us listen to?
Oh, I don't know. It's something random, you know. It's just beats, you know what I'm saying? Things to keep from getting fired. That's all. I mean, getting knocked off the platform.
Mm-hmm.
Hella. Hey, you know what? Oh, I'll tell you later. My bad.
What?
What? No, I was gonna say, as far as how we can actually all the other platforms that we're gonna be on live too.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna be on live on TikTok and Instagram. You know, I know we haven't been doing the shows too much live on those two platforms, but I got it now. So we're gonna be live on everything. I
got some money now.
I got it. I got it going on. So if you guys tapping in, let us know that you're here. Give us some thumbs up and everything. I'm just trying to go on. We just trying to go on each post or whatever to make sure everything's good. And everything. I do look kind of blurry, man. I'm looking at what's the name. I still got a little blur. Maybe it's my camera. Hold on. A little blur. Better? No.
Nope. Fuzzy.
Yeah, everything too.
Okay. We got anybody in here? Where the Rob Jack at?
Oh well.
Let's get to it.
It's not often, you guys. You know, I know y'all trying to see how sexy I am. You know what I mean? But you know, it's just that. It's just that a little blur, just a little blur. Don't trip. Don't trip. Who we got? Who we got in the house so far? Let me do this. That's why. To start. Who we got? I'm pulling chats up.
Cecilia,
give us some thumbs up, you guys. If y'all liking it.
She said no, it's your connection.
It's my connection?
Yeah, man.
It can't be the connection. It can't be the connection, man.
You got the green screen off? You know, last time you blurring your background.
Yeah, let me turn off this what's the name, the music thing.
And
it could be
it. Blur. You got the background blurred.
Oh, you know what? Maybe. Let me see.
Yeah, turn that on off too. Before we hit them over the head with this knowledge. You feel me? With this ha ha ha. You understand me?
Mm-hmm. Who that said that anyway?
What?
Oh, that was Cecilia.
Miss Javon.
Huh?
That's Javon.
Cecilia.
Javon.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for joining us. Who else we got in the house? Y'all put your name in the comments so we know what's up. Cecilia. I'm working on this little blur thing. Hold on.
First name Cecilia.
Yeah.
Last name Javon.
Let me know if it clears up, fat boy, on your end. Let me know how it clears up on your end, dog.
You're still a little fuzzy, but we gonna rock it out. Okay, where you at? Okay, well, no, don't do that. Okay, it's a little bit better.
That is?
Oh, that's your middle name. Okay, Javon. A little fresh vibe on it, though. You feel me?
Yeah. Thanks for joining us. Let's see who else is in the house, because I see other numbers up here. So let's see who's in the house. What time is it? We about to get it started?
Man. It's that time to go ahead and jump on in that thing, man. Go on, slide on in there, man.
Mr. Sim is in the house.
Big O, what's happening?
What's up with it?
Big O? Salute. What's up with it, man? We got some heat today. Gonna talk about some things.
Ready to get it started, man?
Ready to get it started, man. Put that fly ass intro on.
All right, here we go, y'all.
All our illusions will disappear, and all the reasons start to fade.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Reasons, the show where you can give your reasons why you think what you feel about what we're talking about today. We should know this, man. We say no.
Dear brother, how do y'all deal with erectile dysfunction when you're in a relationship?
I wouldn't know how to do it unless I had it. And remember, if they're talking about you behind your back, they behind you for a reason. Peace. I love y'all.
That's a great intro, bro.
Sir, yes, sir. Welcome to Fired Up Thursdays with Reasons on Fired Up Broadcasting, man. And we got a good show for you guys today. I'm your boy Fuel.
Fat boy in the building. You already know what type of time we on. We here.
That's what's up, man. We got a lot to talk about today, man. We're going to start off talking about the Nashville shooting.
Yeah, go ahead, jump in there.
We're gonna talk about have you truly committed yourself to your partner? How to get back to being family. Our history in Blackness with Zora, Neale, Hurston.
With Zora, Neale, Hurston.
That's it. Is you sure it's Neale or Neale? Neale.
Neale.
Okay, let me get it right, dog. Get it right. And we're gonna talk about the history of Blacktown being or you said land now.
It's a piece of some land that was sold in the residence there
Eatonville.
up in Roar, and we're gonna talk about it.
Of Eatonville, okay. Yeah, I had
a big piece of it.
Yeah. And Jonathan Majors in the news, man. The guy
Carletta?
You guys know from Creed 3 arrested for domestic violence. But let's get into the first things first, man. Let's talk about this Nashville the shooting, man. Because I think that's it's just ridiculous how much, man, how much or how many shootings there been already this year, and we're only in the third month of the year. You know, I want to actually start off. We're going to start off by giving, at least prayers to the families of Nashville that had to go through this tragic incident.
Absolutely.
And I do have a. Let me see if I can pull it up. These are the people that lost their lives, and man, it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? You go to school, whatever, you get an education, and you know. But we're gonna give our prayers out to this family right here. You have from left to right, we got William Kinney, Evelyn. I don't know if I get these names right. Dykehurst. I hope I say that right. And Haley Scruggs, and then at the bottom from the left, you got Cynthia Peak, Catherine Coombs, and Mike Hill. Our love and prayer goes out to you guys' family, and man, I hope you guys get through this, pretty, well, man, because it's a tragic, thing.
It's an extremely tragic thing, man, and my prayers as well goes out to the family and the people who were there and just the staff at the school and just the community, man.
Right.
My prayers go out to y'all, and I just ask God for strength for you and just for peace, and guidance through this journey. But there's a silver lining, hopefully, you know, in this tragic moment.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to understand how these people are getting these assault rifles.
I mean, you got to think it's really those states where you got to look that up. Tennessee is a gun state, man. That's what Republicans want, and you're able to go get a gun with no problem. And so, there's definitely needs to be some checks. But like I say, we say this all the time, and this is not the only time we said this on the show. These communities are breeding these people.
You think so?
Absolutely. The homes and the communities. These are small communities.
Yeah.
These are not big communities. This ain't big cities. These people know each other.
Yeah.
These people know each other. They know each other. It's extremely sad that they're taking it out on these children, man. This is like 130 mass shootings this year.
Yeah, but it's also mostly kids that are killing the kids.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's not like a lot of grown people just going in and shooting up the schools. These are students, or either just like maybe 2 or 3 years from being out of school or something like that even went to the school, whatever. That's what I'm saying. That's basically doing these type of crimes. And these families, I don't know if these families just not paying attention to the behavior of their kids. I mean, there have been several times where the parents has caught, what their kids was doing and kind of let people know ahead of time. And, they got that shit handled real fast. But it's not enough of that. It's not enough of that. We're going to keep having these situations, as long as nothing is going to be done. I think one of the I don't want to say if he's the mayor of that part of town, or he's something in the public eye. But he mentioned that something about, he made this quote about his father being, saying that, as long as, a person don't mind about dying or killing themselves, then uh there's no way to stop anything,
I mean,
and
absolutely. I agree. I think
that's
that we just
ridiculous. I
gotta.
think that's ridiculous to say, though. You
But
know what I mean?
man, listen,
Because now
man.
you just put you just put energy out there for those negative people that basically, feel like, oh, well, yeah, that can't be stopped. Now you're making more havoc of what's going on. To me, I
I
think.
think I take a different approach. I mean, I take a different meaning from that. It's real. As long as you have someone who is willing to commit a crime, man, the world is always gonna be like that. And like once again, it's more the cultures is being bred, man. These people are made. They don't come out of the womb violent. Some do, but most don't.
Right.
These people are made this way, whether they're not getting the proper mental health, whether they're not going to therapy, whether they're not working on themselves, whether they're being mistreated at home. In this case, someone who's been changing their gender and being from Tennessee, that ain't accepted. So that had a lot to do with it, and so we have to also start to look deeper into the situation, because there's a lot of other underlying things that are taking place that cause these issues and these tragic moments in these communities. There's, like I say, these are not huge communities that these are happening in. People know each other, everyone knows each other. And so we need to just start to think about that. And so I think that as long in society as someone is willing to harm someone, bro, you got to always be aware of that. And I think that's a great quote. It makes sense, because we live in a society that way, that's rough like that. I mean, it's reality.
One thing, but it's one thing for it to be a quote, but but it's another thing for it to be a scapegoat as to handling something, as to taking care of, or either suggesting more so suggesting a solution to the problem. You know what I mean? And if you're not doing that, you know what I'm saying, don't put out the energy of, oh, well, it's just going to happen. No, you don't put that energy out there. You basically let them know, hey, this is not going to happen, or this is not going to come. We're going to continue fighting on trying to eliminate these situations from happening, especially so often. So when people and mentally, when people know that you're doing something to keep it from happening, they most likely are going to stop and think about it, for whatever the consequence it is, whatever plan that comes up, or whatever to stop these people. I don't know if it's dealing with getting caught buying a firearm, you know what I mean, or getting arrested for someone else seeing a firearm, and just getting something. There's no way, but
there's no way to legally do that, right? There, you have the right to purchase a firearm. The issue is before a firearm is being purchased. That's not the problem, because that's like saying, oh, hold on, you said it's not the problem. Goes to buy, because we don't. When I'm selling you a gun, and I'm playing devil's advocate. If I'm selling a firearm, right, I'm not expecting you gonna shoot a fucking school up. You're not showing me any signs of a tweaker. You're not showing me any signs of a person who's like that. You probably coming with great conversation. You absolutely manipulating the situation. So what I'm saying is, if I was that infringes on people's rights, I understand what you're saying. There should be more gun control, but there should be. I feel like you shouldn't be able to get a gun in 7 days, 30 days. I feel like it should take more time for you to be able to get a firearm, just one day. But I'm kind of
with you with the with the firearms, but we're talking about assault rifles, assault rifles, assault rifles into the hands of kids.
Well, she was an adult.
Was she adult?
Hold on, let me get her age. Let me get her proper age.
I don't know. See what the age was. I don't know what the age was for her.
And her name was Audrey Hale. And
but it was actually, she's a trans, right?
Yeah.
So
they were
okay.
Him.
Well,
him,
they whatever. Yeah. Hey, but my whole point is this though: the assault rifles, the ones that are done by those assault rifles, they shouldn't even be sold to them. They shouldn't even be able to even get those in their hands. And that's the point. That's the point that I'm getting across. It's kind of like if you basically, snuck and bought just a gun, you know what I mean? A regular gun or whatever. Most likely you ain't going to kill as many people as you've been killing with these.
She was 28 years old.
28?
Yeah.
Wow.
She went to that school though.
She went to the school or she worked for the school?
She went to the school when she was younger, I'm guessing.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So she was she was an adult. That's what I'm saying. So in this case, it's just like I say, this is it's bigger than that. I've been saying this. It's bigger than just me selling the gun. I'm convinced now. At first, I was like, maybe it is the guns, but it's bigger than that. It's the people who are holding these guns, and it's the community that is breeding these people that are holding these guns. And so we have to ask ourselves once again, what is going on in Davidson County, Nashville, Tennessee? What is going on in these small towns that these people are so overwhelmed, so frustrated, so angry that they're shooting up schools that they went to? Right? This is not
just like you said, they're small towns, and what's going on in these small towns or whatever, which like you said, we never know. But the point is either the attention or people are not aware of their own surroundings that's going on in these small towns or whatever to even realize that something like this is could happen.
Yeah, for sure.
Real quick, Cecilia, we're gonna shout you out real quick because you was on here when we first got on. Big O is in the house. Crown Print is in the house.
That's Carletta.
Yes. Here, she had a comment here real quick. I must grab it real quick. I'll grab the first one. I wondered if most of them are doing it with thought of suicide by police.
That's a great
I
good never
question.
Thought about that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That
could be that.
It could be that.
She follows up too.
Yeah.
Put it up the next one.
I should have had that right there. Sorry, I should have had it right there. That way I can actually clean.
And she follows up. She says, I believe it's a mental issue that they feel some teacher or student hurt their feelings and it caused the trauma that they haven't healed from and they go back for revenge. I agree. I agree. I think it's those things. I think it's being a Catholic school or a Christian school, it's a lot of being hit on the hand with a ruler, and it's a lot of stuff going on in there that we're not privy to. And so I think that is more than monitoring. I think that it is monitoring the firearm and the purchase and the selling of them, but I think it's more of the people who's actually buying them. Yeah, I think that we need to start doing more of an intake on people who are purchasing firearms. I feel like they do it to felons. They do it to people who you know what I'm saying? I think that everybody should have to go through a rigorous process to gather up a firearm. And not necessarily background check, right? More mental check. Have you been in a psych ward? Have you ever been known to kill yourself? Have you ever known to threaten people? A lot of things need to be checked because it's more than just a clean background. And that's a lot of time. These people have clean backgrounds. So that's not the issue. It's not the fact, are they good Samaritans? Right? Or are they good citizens, should I say? Because they are model citizens because they have a clean enough record to purchase a firearm. This is something that I know. because you have to
Mhm.
have one of those to purchase one out of the store. And
Yeah.
so even if you get it in one or 2 days, you still got to have a clear record. You got to go to the Department of Justice. They got to clear you. So you're a model citizen. You get what I mean? So it's on paper. And so how can we judge it, right? I think that is more of a mental thing. Well, on paper he's good, but how is he mentally? And real rigorous tests on what you feel. Are you hateful? All those things. Have you been a part of any paramilitary groups? All this kind of shit need to be asked. All these questions. Like I feel like because
you pulled up earlier. You pulled up earlier how many? You said how many was it that's been done?
130 mass shootings so far.
130. That's a lot, man. That's. I'm trying to wrap my head around why is it that many at so short of time, and I think one of the questions arose from who was it? Carletta, yeah. Wondering if that's just a suicide mission.
I'm definitely thinking it's that.
That's what I'm trying to wrap my head around, man. But man, here, real quick, she had another that said, I don't think the government will want to put money up for that extensive background checking.
But okay, so and it goes back to what the gentleman said, or the statement that his father said, right? And as long as we have those kind of people living, and we're not taking the proper steps to make sure that they're good to carry a firearm and handle a firearm, then we're going to have those issues. And I do agree with you, Carletta. I think that it's bigger than that. It helps people sell guns. It helps. It helps people pass laws. It just works. And that's why I was telling Fuel before we started. It's starting to become a thing to me. And I'm a conspiracy theorist. And these are too random. It's too many. They're not random at all. These people they know each other. And if you know anything about behavioral science, and you ever watch the FBI show, that's a red flag. That means that this is being done purposely, right? That means these people, 130 people, right, this year have been plotting maybe since last year,
right,
that they was gonna shoot up a school simultaneously within a year. Before this, it seems far-fetched, but it just seemed too calculated at the same time.
Right. All right, we see more people was here in the house. You know what I'm saying? Don't be shy. Hit us up. Let us know that y'all there. Say hi to us. You know what I'm saying? We love to see, especially if it's new ones here. You know what I mean? So even our faithful, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I want to know y'all here. You know what I mean? And also comment. We're going to get into this next one, man, which is it's kind of crazy, but we'll get into this. Jonathan Major from the movie Creed was arrested for domestic violence. And I had the question of, is this, another play to bring us down, another black man down, basically?
I think it's a combination of both. But I want. Are you asking me or are you going? I got a lot to say about this one.
Well, if you got a lot to say, let me go.
Go ahead.
A part of me, this is the thing, and I was watching the morning show. I think it was which one was it? Breakfast Club, maybe in Breakfast Club, maybe. And they made a statement saying that no, it wasn't Breakfast Club. It was comedy, one of the comedy channel on YouTube. Anyway, I think it was Pierre that was on there, and he was saying how every black man in the limelight that's basically come up in the business has a check mark by their name, and that check mark is something that basically whatever they did, domestic violence, drugs, gamble, like Eddie Murphy, they had some on him for gambling, For Richard Pryor, of course, drugs. You know what I'm saying? For all these stars that's come up, there's always something. Bill Cosby, you know, it's always something that basically that brings it down to make it seem like, as you say, a theory. You know what I'm saying? Some conspiracy theory to bring us down. You know, the only thing I have to say about that is, or one of the things I have to say about that is, it's still your fault putting yourself in a position for them to be able to label you in a certain way.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And it's not it's you know, it's not like made up shit. You know,
Right.
something had to occur for it to happen or whatever to tarnish your name. So whatever it is, even though it's a domestic violence or whatever, but and then also the young lady that basically accused him of it had recanted her story and said it didn't happen. But you didn't already tarnished the name, and we don't know for sure, for true, unless they got videos or whatever, if it really happened or not, you know. So, but still, you put it out there on this man's name to have them, you know, even if he was found out guilty, the whole point of domestic violence connected to your name, this is your name.
Oh yeah,
you see what I'm saying? And so sometimes, you know, and sometimes it's kind of like, you know, like he's to do another movie called The Gang of Dynasty, which is you know, one of those hero, you know, conflict flicks or whatever. And he's been in big films lately, big films, you know. So sometimes it's kind of like, do we watch out enough for ourselves to keep from getting brought down or keep these stories from getting out from other people?
Absolutely. You know? Great points all over. I think that we just got to do better as a culture. And I was immediately angry because the blogs ran with it, and it was the Shade Room. It was all of these culturally cultural influential. I mean, culture influential platforms. Whether it was the Shade Room, it was everywhere. It was all over the place. And then I just was like, why y'all smearing a brother? Y'all know if it's true or not. But then I'm also, to my brothers who are battling those traumas, right? If he did do it, we got to fix those issues that we're going through, because we don't want to be putting ourselves in the situation. But like Fuel said, I think that we got to do a better job of getting the facts before we start to diminish another brother. I think that it's just starting to become real tasteless, because he lost the deal with Army. I mean, he was losing deals left and right in the beginning, and then it comes out not to be true. It's a comment in here where Big O said some things, and I want to touch on that, but I'll touch on it a little afterwards.
No, go ahead with so we can get him, you know, because we got to keep moving. So
well, Big O said Jonathan Majors is supposed to play Dennis Rodman, but he said he feels he's innocent, but he said he's going to learn to trust. But it says Jonathan Major is supposed to play Dennis Rodman also about the Vegas weekend during the finals. I feel he's innocent, but he's going to learn who to trust. And I think so too. I think that this is also for him to start to insulate himself so he can grow to the next level, because it's someone from the camp that leaked this information, especially if they trying to set him up. So I agree with you. I think they're trying to bring him down. But if he did do it, he needs to get the proper help so he don't put himself in a situation like this. But for the most part, I just don't see it. I also was doing some research. They said that today some text messages came out, or recently some text messages came out that proves that he's innocent, you know. And so I just think that we gotta stop the smear campaign for the media. I think that a lot of times us as people, we be the first ones to jump on it and smear somebody's name.
Yeah. But like you said though too, is you just got, especially when you get, like, we get to a certain level. When we get to a certain level, we have to learn how to not even involve ourselves or you know what I'm saying, you have to have learn a way to act, learn a way to be or whatever, because all eyes are on you. All eyes is going to be on you. You know, and as soon as you do anything, especially in a negative way, bam,
They're coming for
right?
you. They're coming for you.
They're coming for you. Exactly.
They're coming
You know
for
what I
you.
mean? So like we said, I think you got to be a lot smarter than what than what these white folks think we are. You know what I'm saying? And just stay out of the limelight. I mean, even you have even as hard as Denzel stayed out the, he stayed out the limelight. He stayed out the, but as soon as something happened, bam. They got him on something, or thinking something negative on him or whatever. Not to the point where it just messed up his career or anything. Not to that point.
But that's because he's also been with the same woman.
Right.
For all of these years. So you ain't gotta worry about no domestic violence shit. He got a whole family. He's 20 years past that. And then in the beginning, he was so solid as a black man, and so it's also once again doing the work and keeping yourself away from those things, and then also keeping your circle tight too.
Yeah.
Right. It's a lot more to being a superstar than being great at what you do and being talented. You have to also have the mindset of keeping a certain type of circle, and making sure your publicist is always on top of their game.
Yeah. And if I had to use an example for someone in this type of business or whatever, that would probably one I would use would be Denzel. You know what I mean? As to how he stays out of it, I think Samuel Jackson. I think Samuel Jackson's been the same way too.
Yeah, Samuel. It's a couple brothers.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a couple of them to where. I say that to say, yeah, I say that to say this is to look at these brothers and sisters that are actually doing their thing at a level to the point where you need to take from that and learn your adequacy of life, basically, when it comes to this entertainment thing, and ignore a lot of a lot of people and bad surroundings. You know what I'm saying? Period. That's basically what it really comes down to. I think with this chick, I don't know. Did you ask me was she white or did somebody else ask me that? I think somebody else might ask me that.
I don't even know. She probably was though.
Somebody asked was it white?
No disrespect. I just don't want those sisters do no shit like that, man.
That's exactly what they were saying earlier. They was like, I don't know, sister. First of all, sister ain't gonna go and recant her story or whatever. You know what I mean?
Especially if he did it.
Right, if he did it, yeah, exactly.
Especially if he did. So when you said she recanted, I'm like, oh yeah, it's a white girl. Somebody threw her some money and she didn't jumped out the window and she about to get exposed. And so now she's running her tracks. I mean, somebody hit her, yeah. I will say this to Mr. Majors, that you finally made it, because now they're trying to kill your carear. So kudos to you.
That's when you know. That's when you know when they're trying to kill your shit. You're doing something right.
Made some change.
Right. You're doing something right.
Because they on your ass. They done pulled a domestic violence case out of the blue.
Yeah, right.
Gave it to the shade room first.
Right.
Here, let your people think it first, and then we'll go with it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you
that's
made
what's
it,
up,
brother.
Yeah. If you guys got any more comment, let us know. Let us know if you got here's something in the chat. Hit us up. Let us know what y'all think as well. And we'll continue. We're gonna keep on going, keep on moving, man. We got we want to get into the historical black, or we want to get into the wait a minute, which one? Historical Blacktown being sold, or what? We want to get into that one.
We can jump in there real quick.
I want you to tell me more about that, because also, if you our history and blackness also is tied to this town. Did you know that?
Absolutely, I did.
Yeah, go ahead, dog. Go ahead then, dog. Go ahead then, dog.
You know, I be knowing these things. I mean, no, that's why I picked it. That's
why
I picked it. So, Eatonville, Florida is one of the first documented all black towns, municipalities in the United States and in Florida. And like you said, our guest today, Zora, Neale, Hurston, grew up there. And what happened was, I thought it was a historical land, but a big part of Eatonville is being sold, over 100 acres. That was a school, or land that was set aside for a school, or that wasn't a part of a school that was supposed to be specifically for the black owned community, or that black community. And it was later on turned into the county. And then a developer came in and bought the land. It's right off the I-4 freeway, and they're trying to put in. He's going to put in apartment buildings, like 360 units, and single family homes. And you know what that means? That means they're going to gentrify Eatonville.
Right.
It's a Hunkford High School, like Marlon said. It's Hunkford High School, and so they sold 100 acres of the land and to a developing company, and they're going to develop on it. And the community is torn. They're upset about it because they don't. First of all, they're saying that it really wasn't their land to sell. And then the other people are saying, well, it was the county now. And so there's so much confusion. And I'm just afraid because there's gentrification. And this is one of the last black towns that we had. And Marlon actually gave me this topic because I heard about it, and I wanted to talk about because it's Women's History Month. So I wanted to talk about that. And so, yeah, man, it's a tragic, it's a sad moment. But I was telling Marlon that we have to start to see more value in our communities, man. Whether it's the first black town, or one of the first black towns, or whether it's Watts, we have to start to see value in our community, because other people do. And what they do is they build our communities up so beautiful that we can't even afford to live in them. And so once again, this is a lesson for us culturally to get ahead financially, to start saving more money, and to start buying and purchasing real things and things that matter. Because I was telling Marlon, with all the rappers and all the ball players, that land could have been purchased, man, and we could have kept Eatonville alive, and that was a black city, and that was something that some people built with no help of the European, or as they would say, as the Anglo-Saxons. So I think that it's just another sad day in history, and we got to do better.
Yeah. She was actually an author as well.
Yeah. We're gonna get into her. Yeah, she was everything.
Oh, she was everything. But I actually, just to comment on the town or the land itself, and I agree exactly what you just said, was, us learning and understanding the value, and how much that we may have or own that people, because it's not like because you haven't developed on that land, or because you haven't improved that area, you feel like it's worth anything. It's worth nothing. When the white folks come back and say, oh shit, this is a lot of land here. They ain't doing nothing with it. Let us do something with it. And let us pull in the people that we know that's going to pay for this area. And then they're going to have to push everybody else out because they ain't going to be able to afford it for this area.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And this is because of the lack of knowledge on our people, you know what I'm saying, that we don't take the time to look out and find out,
Yes, that's the difference between lack of knowledge.
Exactly.
Because we're in a time where we can't even use that statement no more. Not to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
No one is in a lack of knowledge if you own a mobile device or a computer.
Yeah.
I think that our focus is in other places.
The reason I say lack of knowledge, because the older generation doesn't know. The older generation doesn't use the new technologies that's going on right now. A lot of people, if you understand, the ones that are over 40 or 50 years old, or actually 60, that basically was around those, that era and that time or whatever, they don't know, how to go back and, okay, let me see what this land is worth. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I own this land, if what family owns this land. You know what I mean? They don't, not to say they have the technology to do it, but sometimes the laziness because of them being from an old school era makes them not want to do it. And if we have more older people in our old school era teaching us or learning as well, like or letting our families be aware, well, hey, your mom or your great grandparents used to own this over here. So what that young person gonna do? Oh, really? Oh, well, shit. Let me find out if we still own it, because you said used to, right? But we probably still own it. Just because there's nothing there, don't mean that we don't own that motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? And so the younger is going to, so if we can start, and I would say this, we can start asking, because we sometimes fail to even ask our great parents or older parents or whatever, those type of things. So I say one part of the solution of that would be to ask. That's my take. That's my take on it. Let's see what we got. We got Marlon. Got another one. That boy.
Marlon says they're going to move all my people out. That home is very special to me, man. They vote tomorrow on it. They're voting tomorrow on it. Wow.
That's another. I think that's another thing too. Is sometimes we're not aware until it's too late. Until it's cut close to do anything about it. The white folks, they stay hush for a while.
I mean, this is what I tell people. Everything is public record. I think the issue is our focus is everywhere else. Just culturally. And that's that's no shot to everyone else. Our focus on living better. Our focus is on doing things a new way. Our focus is everywhere but these things. And I'm not saying people from all over the world. I'm saying people from Eatonville. I'm saying people whose grandmothers and them built that city. And I'm talking about schools. I'm talking about buses. I'm talking about a real community since like the 1800s.
Yeah.
This is legendary stuff, man. And our next guest spoke about it and talks about it all the time. They have a day about her, so we could just jump into that, man.
All right, well, yeah, let's say on to that into our history in Black with Zora Neale Hurston, right? Did I say it right?
Zora Neale Hurston, yep.
That's what's up. Okay. So what basically all I've learned of her so far, is her being actually she was a I don't know if I want to say that one of the first black producers in film that didn't really get the recognition back in the day when she was, I think it was like in 1960 something, 62 or somewhere like that, where she actually made several documentaries. And when she made these documentaries or whatever, it never really got recognized until she passed away. And one of the person that,
the camera on me.
Oh, yeah. And one of the persons that did recognize her and her story was Oprah. Yeah. And in early 2006 or so, I think they did a series or either a documentary about her. And I know it was one of the shows that I guess they rewrote it, but Halle Berry even played in that show. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, man, when you find out and we dig in our history, dude, and found out, like now we would think, Oprah, or most people would think Oprah was the first one to do such and such, or this, break these barrels or whatever. And it goes way back in 1940 something. You know what I'm saying? 1940 something, man. So that was What you feel? What you think?
Oh man, it's legendary. I picked her because it's shout out to Women History Month. It's like one of the last days, the last 2 days. So I wanted to, give the women their flowers, and I wanted to mention, a guru. I think she was dope, man. Legendary, pivotal part of the Harlem Renaissance. Grew up in Eatonville, Florida. Born in Alabama. Dude, this is what was crazy to me. She went to Howard University, Barnard College, where she studied anthropology under Franz Boas, and I researched him, and he's this profound anthropologist, German anthropologist. And then she doubled back and got her master's in anthropology from Columbia University. Cold thing. She has a book, one of her favorite books, because she's a great author. She has a book called Their Eyes Are Watching God, which you've seen a film by Halle Berry that was made into a film by Halle Berry, or starring Halle Berry. Just a phenomenal figure. Like you say, was doing movies and wasn't get the credit, but not only was she black, but she was a woman too. So they definitely wasn't giving her no real play back then. So shout out to her for what she did. But I had a real fun fact for y'all. It says, or I found this out, at the same time she was on faculty at North Carolina College for Negroes, which is now known as North Carolina Central University in Durham. She was on the staff at the Library of Congress. So she been putting in work. I didn't even notice. I knew about Zora Neale Hurston as an author. I learned more that she was a filmmaker, but I never knew that she sat on the Library of Congress, man. That's
it's amazing what's been swept under the rug when it comes to our Black history. It's amazing. Absolutely. And it's amazing how much more we actually really learning now due to social media.
Absolutely, for sure.
Because now, now is the one thing I love about social media is you can't hide a lot.
No, you can't.
You can't hide a lot. You know what I mean? All the false narratives that we've had back in our days when we was younger. You want to find the truth, it's all there.
It's coming out.
It's coming out.
It's definitely coming out.
And that's one of the things that I like about this segment, man, because I am learning a lot more, and I hope you guys out there are learning as well. Our Black history, our history in Blackness. That's what I call it. I call it our history in Blackness. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. So,
shout out to Zora Neale Hurston and her lineage. Just awesome, man.
Did you say Marlon gave you that, or
no? We were talking about Eatonville, and he was saying they had a Zora Neale Hurston Day, and I was already thought of her. Remember, I had sent you it already, so it was already in the play. It was just like, it's crazy. I'm like, I know she's from Eatonville. That's why I'm talking about her this week. So everything goes in, but wrote numerous novels, movies, films, documentaries, Library of Congress. Just off the hook and off the chain, man. So shout out to her. Great segment. Like you said, I'm learning more and more about the culture. I thought I knew some things, but every time I go look, I learn. So it's fantastic.
Cool. All right, man. Well, shit. Oh, who we got? Alice. Hey, Alice Moore is in the house.
Hey, Alice, how you doing?
Appreciate you for tapping in. Whoever else is in there, I know we got a lot of people watching. I see y'all. That's what's up, though. We appreciate you. Comment if you guys got any comments or anything to say, or even just to say hi to us. Let us know y'all here. All right. All right, man. Shit. Historical Black. What else we got? Oh,
topic for the day.
Yeah. One of them is how to get back to being family. This is gonna be a little bit touching for me, man, because it's okay.
What's on your mind, man? Talk to me.
I think I'm at a point where I'm thinking my lighting is not too good, is it?
Yeah, you blurred up on me. The sun hit you and got you out of there.
I know y'all wondering like where am I at? I'm somewhere where I had to stop and start doing the show because I'm out and about. All right. That better? A little more, a little light. Anyway. Okay. How to get back to being a family. And the reason I asked this question is my own family is kind of like, we know we're there, but we're distant. I don't think we talk enough. I don't think, You know, back in the day when you used to have family reunions, you don't have the reunions anymore. You know, I think things in life has got us so caught up to the point where we're not really concerned until something happens.
Mm-hmm.
And it always ends up something, either if something bad happens.
Mm-hmm.
You
Most of the
know,
time.
most of the time when something bad happens. Um, as you guys may know, I'm the only one in my family that lives here in California, you know. And at first it didn't bother me, you know what I'm saying? When I actually got to do a TV show and was seen on television, and I, you know, then I would hear more from the family type of thing. It didn't bother me at first. But then as time go on, because I've been here over 13 years now, as time goes on, I'm kind of like, why haven't I had anyone family wise come visit? My best friends have, all my friends have, but family. I don't care if it's my aunt, it's my uncle, if it's my cousins or whatever, even my niece and my sister. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like I haven't seen them here. I always got to go back home to see them, and I'm the one that has to, you know. And it's kind of like, how do we get back to actually really being concerned about our folks, our own people in our family? You know, and that's the
Yeah.
question. That's the question I'm not only asking, you know, you fat boy, but I'm asking, you know, the audience as well. And I appreciate you guys tapping in. Please comment on this, because I need help on this myself. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm the only one, nigga. I'm the only one that go and call, you know, and check on everybody. How many motherfuckers can you say came call and check on me? You know, and
Mm-hmm.
and half of the time they think I'm okay. They don't know. They
What
just
you
think,
going through?
unless they hear me something in the news or something bad on social media, they think I'm okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's how we end up thinking about, you know, how people think with other people. It's kind of like, oh, they okay. I don't need to check on them. And sometimes it's always good to check on your people, man. And say, hey, how you doing? Just take this thinking about you. You know what I'm saying? So how do we get to that point where you're not the only one checking on your own people? You there, dog? Come on, man. I'm talking to you.
Oh, you talking to me now? Oh, okay. I thought you were still talking. Okay, I was reading a comment. The comment came up. I was reading that.
Oh,
I think, man, it goes back to, well, like I said, man. I think it just goes back to changing the focus. A big, a big part of a big part of the reason why the black family, or just families in general, are like they are now is because there's no more older people holding the family together. You got a bunch of young people who just focuses on themselves. I grew up with a lot of elders, and the elders was putting those meetings together. The
right,
elders was getting things done for us. And so and making sure you contact your brother. Did you call your auntie? You know what I'm saying? And you know, making sure everybody was all good. So I think that we have to start to change our focus, and then also get back to loving each other again. I think that with what you going through, like Marlon said, it's just out of sight, out of mind. You know what I'm
right,
saying? And it's hard to think about what's going on with you when they there doing their thing. And I think we just gotta change that. So I make a conscious effort to I make a conscious effort to tap in with my cousins, and make
right.
sure I call or make sure I see my GMAR at least once a month. Make sure I see my father, because family is extremely important. I think we just got out of that. I think that it's the only way to get back to it is just by doing it.
Uh-huh.
I think that we sometimes got to step in and be the people that we need, be the change we need to be.
Right, right. I think one of the bad things as well is that we tend to, how can I put it nicely? I'm trying to put it nicely. But we tend to like have more concern for our friends than we do for our family.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because it's kind of like now I have more friends that's family than I do family. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
You know, I have a play sister in San Diego. Nick, what's up? Shout out to you if you're here. Um, that basically concerned about me and understand, and check on me or whatever the case may be, and act like a sister more than my own sister does. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? I love my sister. I know she's been through some things and go through struggles and understand that there's things going on in her life as well. But I don't feel like I start to feel like nothing goes on in your life so much where you can't just make a phone call.
Yeah. But you know what? Like I say, it's all about focus, Fuel.
Yeah.
I just so happened to
Trying to
grow
get
up,
the
and
light.
you too happen to grow up where that was instilled in you. I think that a lot of that is just lost in today's time, Fuel. And
Yeah.
so sometimes you kind of got to reach out. Damn, y'all ain't talking to me, or just accept the fact that that's just how people are, which is sad. But you got some comments in here, and I think that you will love.
All right, let's get it. Hold on, let me see. Who we want to start with?
You got your cousin here.
Cuz. Hold on. Oh, let's start with Marlon said out of sight, out of mind.
Yep. It shouldn't be that way, but it is, Marlon.
Right. Hey, hi.
I don't know about normal memes 27. I wouldn't read nothing this motherfucker. They say they on bullshit. They on crazy shit. They ain't lost their mind.
Oh yeah, I know, right? Get cracked from the ass. What the heck?
They done spin our whole stuff up. High.
You know what? Hey, appreciate y'all commenting though, because now I know that Twitch is getting our shit. I see this on Twitch, so I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. Regardless. Let's go here.
That's a good question, because nowadays I think everyone is simply self-involved and not so much worried about others.
Yeah.
I agree, Carletta. I agree.
I'm trying to get out this sun.
But we got to change it. We got to change our focus on family, future, and fortune.
Yeah.
Family, future, and fortune.
Right.
I should coin that.
Whoever that is on on Twitch, that's what I think. That's where I'm getting the what's the name from, is Twitch. Man, y'all need to chill for real. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that type of language or crap we talk on this show. Okay. And whoever you're talking about, I guess they talking to each other. They must be talking to each other.
That's the same person.
Is he?
Yeah, he just retarded.
Somebody sleepy. Really? Okay, here. Let's go here.
But when they need something funny, how they remember you're the cash cow. You're the cash cow. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's just how people work, though. I don't think that's a family thing. That's think people in general.
Well, I mean, but it happens a lot with family, though. It does happen a lot with family. Robin Cuzzo, what's up? What's up, Robin? Robin says, cousin, I'm so sorry. I think we get oops, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh shoot, wait a minute. She said, I think we get is that bogged down with day-to-day stuff and forget to check in on each other. Yeah,
I agree.
But I set up or I tried to set up a time and meeting. We have a family website, not website, but yeah, is it website? Not website, but a family group chat, right? We have a family group chat or whatever, and everybody that's on that chat sees, who's on there or what, we put on there or what was commented on there and all this kind of stuff. And I basically wanted to bring my family together, at least, being the fact that we are busy the way we are, and we're doing our own thing in our own lives or whatever, and especially in different states and all that type of stuff, at least be able to have a family group chat on Facebook or on Zoom. You know what I'm saying? Just to see. I have nieces and nephews, cousins that's basically been born, and I haven't even seen them since they've been born. You know what I'm saying? And so it's kind of like I want to know who my peoples are. I think I'm one of the oldest male in my side of the family or whatever that's still around. My 3 uncles has already passed away or whatever. So as far as when it comes to cousins and nephews, and I think I may be the oldest one, and that's why it's important for me to want to see these people, want to talk to them, you know what I'm saying? Let them know and give them knowledge on things that I know and learned here in California or whatever,
But you may have to be the one to hold everybody together, because somebody got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep, that is sad, Carmen. It is.
You know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying, though? Like, I think that sometimes you got to kind of take it in. Carletta says, I think technology has broken down a lot of the face-to-face communication. We feel like if we see one another on social media, we feel like we saw one another. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, I see my cousin on Facebook. He okay. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that you're going through whatever you're going through. So that's a great point, Carletta.
Right. Alice Moore said, "This is so deep on more than one level." Absolutely. It is. It is. And that's why I wanted to bring it up, because I want to know. And like you just said, Fat Boy, you said, sometimes you have to be the one to kind of like bring it together or whatever. But that's what I've done. I reached out on our group or whatever to let them know when is a good time for us to have a family reunion online. I mean, just to get everybody online. How many comments did I get? Maybe 3, 4. Which is my relatives in Minnesota, nigga. Robin, the one you just seen, nigga, they family. You know what I'm saying? When you go to Minnesota, you hear a few, you know that who it is. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing or whatever. And they basically the main ones that will respond to me or whatever on social media about stuff. Her, and then Michelle, Shell you see sometimes on our show. My cousin. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So all I'm saying is like, how do we do this? How do we make this happen? Family talk about how we need to stay in touch and stay close, but to no available?
No avail.
What did it say?
No avail.
Oh, okay. That's true.
Mm-hmm. No avail. Absolutely. I think we just gotta kind of rekindle that old school, get back to just family. Hey, hi cousin, how you doing? How's it going? You know what I'm saying? Moms say, hey moms, I was just saying this is how I would I was just saying this how I want to build closer relationships with certain family members.
Yeah.
Or I want to. Yeah.
Huh? Go ahead.
No, I was just reading that.
Yeah, and I understand, like, everybody's family goes through something. Whether even if you had an argument, if you think that you was done wrong, or you know what I'm saying, it's kind of like, but that's your blood.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of these shows coming out, I've
been guilty of it. I think we all been guilty of it though.
Yeah. But you see these shows coming out on about black families and stuff like that, whatever. And these shows with black families are all about violent shit. Not about, and if it's something about them sticking together, it's sticking together as a crime in a crime situation. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the narrative that's basically is how they see families now or whatever, that the white man put out there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so you have families that's nowhere near nothing like that, to the point where they feel like they're not family because they're not.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Instead
Yeah.
of figuring out a way to put out there what a real family should look like. You know, how much to have a, the only thing you remember, Medea or whatever always did a family reunion thing, whatever, that type of thing that gave a positive, spin as far as families and stuff like that or whatever, although it's funny too. But it's just like more shows like that should be done when it comes to us anyway. Not the Black Mob family, the whatever, the whatever family. What is it on Star?
Oh, Black Mafia.
Yeah, the Black Mafia family, that type of, shit like that or whatever. None of, I don't know, dog. This kind of frustrates me or whatever, and that's why it's so hard on me as far as this topic, because I really think about and I really care and love everybody in my family. You know what I'm saying? To the point where I just want to hear from you.
Yeah, I try to make sure I stay in touch, man. But I'm the same way. I think we all get caught up in it. And I'm sorry that you experiencing that, man. And I'm always here, but I know you need that blood, man, to make sure you tapped in. So that shit is a hard thing to deal with. But we just gotta keep on pushing. And like I said, we gotta change the focus and the narrative, and to be the ones. Sometimes you gotta be the ones to change the narrative. Sometimes you gotta be the one to reach out.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's kind of like how much do you reach out? How long do you reach out before anyone else,
Well, then at that point, if they're not reaching back out, then it's beyond family. You know what I'm saying? If blood don't necessarily make you family at that point.
That part, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But anyway, I had to get that off my chest, man. I had to get that off my chest. You know what I'm saying?
We here for you, though.
Right. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate my extended family. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because even without that, you know what I'm saying, things could be a lot rougher. You know what I mean? So it's always good to have that extended family. But, I just wonder, like, is there a way to actually really, get back to, your own family, your blood, absolutely creating a false narrative that says we're not capable of being families or having a good family relationship. Yeah. There is. It's a lot of false narrative out there that's on television, that's in in the media.
But I think we help perpetuate them, though.
Well,
because that's kind of what you're saying, right?
Say what?
In a way, you're saying that there is no, that we lack that, and what they do is they just exploit it. They exploit the idea of it, and then we perpetuate it.
I guess so. Yeah. I guess, man. I guess. But you know what? Like the one thing that you did say that I'm actually going to continue doing is reaching out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna continue reaching out. If they don't respond, oh well. But I'm gonna just continue doing my thing, or whatever. Because still, regardless on how long I haven't talked to you, how far you are from me, or whatever, I'm letting my family know I love y'all, and I definitely are gonna reach out and say hi and see how y'all doing. Period.
Yeah, for sure.
So get mad if your phone's ringing too damn much. All right.
No, for real. Yeah.
All right. Let's get into this next one, man.
Final topic, man.
Yes, sir. Have you truly committed yourself to your partner?
I'm
gonna let you go with this one. Go ahead.
I actually got this from Charlemagne. Actually,
from who?
Not the actual topic, but a clip.
Charlemagne the God.
Yeah, I seen him talking about truly committing himself to his wife, and it made me think: have I truly committed myself to my woman? Not just being faithful, right? But actually submerging myself in her, right? And her emotions and who she is, and being selfless. And I realized that I haven't, right? I'm still learning. I've been going through my therapy. I didn't go today. I rescheduled for tomorrow. She rescheduled for tomorrow. So but as I began to work on myself, and he asked that question again, I had seen the clip prior to, but I realized, like, damn, I do need to start to commit myself more to this relationship.
Yeah.
More mentally, more emotionally, more spiritually. But it's challenging. And so I propose a question to anyone who's in a relationship or outside in a relationship. Have you truly committed yourself to your partner? Are you all the way in, or are you kind of in? Are you looking for, because I think last week we talked about this a little bit too, right? About how we kind of come in with this pre-notion of, I did this in the last relationship and I'm not going to do it in this one. And I think that's not coming in fully committed. And so with learning, and I've been reading a book, The 5 Love Languages, and learning to compromise and learning to understand, I'm learning that I have a lot of work to do in truly committing myself to my partner.
Right. So for me, I don't know if I've been with anyone long enough to to even really comment on that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, like, if because
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Have you ever fully committed yourself to a relationship?
Yes, and that's probably why it's hard for me to do it again.
Okay.
Because of the energy that it took to commit, and I gave more energy than I was receiving. And without receiving it, it felt like I'm in the relationship by myself. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I basically have, committed, you know, to the fullest, you know, but I wasn't receiving it back. And that's a very important thing. Huh?
You felt cheated?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I pretty much felt cheated because it's like all my time and energy was to make you happy, but then your time and energy wasn't what I even checking to see if I was happy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because of communication is a very detrimental thing to have a successful relationship. And if you're not getting no kind of communication to the point as to know whether whether I'm happy or not,
mm-hmm.
it fades after a while.
Yeah.
You're gonna quit. You're gonna be like, hey, you're getting what you want, but I'm not getting what I want.
Yeah, and it's time.
And that shit only lasts for a while.
It's absolutely time to. I think that you're absolutely right, man. I think that if you fully committed and the other person isn't, it's definitely time to get out of there. But what I do want to say to you is that you can't hold on to that, right? I think that in moving forward, you should just feel that you did the work and don't feel cheated, right? You did what you did. You made sure you were solid. You made sure you fully committed yourself to a relationship so you can actually hold your head up high. That was their loss. And so don't be apprehensive. Be more open to, because you're just looking for someone to be fully committed to you as well. And then that's just all trial and error. But I don't think I've ever been fully committed to anything but school.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it can be damaging. Yeah, it can be damaging for the next person that comes along, because now because now that you went through that, once you get with someone else, you're thinking of yourself first.
Yeah, but and that's the problem. But immediately when
it is a problem. It is a problem, like you said. It is a problem, and that's the thing that I have to not do. Of course, you know what I'm saying. and be more open about, you know, who this person is, what this relationship about, and go from it, you know. But sometimes we do carry that into our next relationship, you know.
Absolutely, we do, and that entering in that way, you're not fully committed, and you're not fully experiencing the relationship, and that's something that I'm learning, trying to just kind of go through the motions and learn how to deal with things I don't like, but then also learn how to compliment things I do like. And then also learning how to process things I don't like. These are the things that you have to learn when you are fully committed. And when you enter into something else, it can't be real. And a big reason why you're on the fence is because you kind of playing with your own self, because you ain't fully going in, and so you're kind of looking for something to get out.
True. That's you might have a point there.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's kind of how I like this comment, some comments right here. So let's get on that. And I'll get back to what I was gonna say. You want me? Oh, yeah, okay. I'll say Alice, Miss Moore says, well, that would be a big no. Just got out of a volatile relationship.
How you gonna? Did you hear me? You didn't hear me? Did I freeze?
Yeah, you froze.
Did I freeze for real?
No, yeah, I swear. I thought you wanted me to read it because I didn't hear nothing.
I was reading it, but go ahead now.
No, go ahead.
Read it again.
I was wondering why you was just sitting there. I was like, what's going on?
Read it again. Go ahead.
I said, Miss Moore says, well, that would be a big no. Just got out of a volatile relationship, but a big encouragement to those going through the struggle because it is real. I think it is real, but I think that a lot of times Jeremiah kind of touched on it, and we can read his comment next. Shout out to him. Thank you for tapping in. I think it's also you got to kind of come in ridding yourself of that, and you got to come in healed. Or you have to be patient enough to allow them to heal while you're with them, and vice versa. And Jeremiah says, learn how to commit to yourself first before you commit to anyone else. Learn how to stick around, get out, and be honest with yourself and your situations before you get into a type of relationship. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
But what if you do, like, you know how to commit to yourself, but you're concerned about someone else, and you're committing to them and trying to make them happy? You hear me? Did you get it?
Run it back, because I was trying to think of what you say.
So you are a person that, is committed to yourself first. You know how to commit to, like he said, commit to yourself, first before you can commit to anyone else. But if you already commit to yourself and you know what you want in life, and you understand where your goals is or what your thing is as far as being a couple with someone, but you're not receiving it because you're basically trying to still make that person happy.
Well, I think that if you're fully, once again, it goes back to, it has to be reciprocal, right? But once it's reciprocal, you can't deal with that person as if it isn't. Now, if it isn't reciprocal and they aren't fully or truly trying to learn or try to commit to you, then you have to do with it what you may. But if it's reciprocal, then you have to operate in that manner. I think that if you don't, like Jeremiah say, then you have some issues with self that you need to deal with, more or less so than the actual commitment of the relationship.
Oh, okay. Cool. I didn't freeze again, man. I know I didn't freeze.
No, you good. I want to go to Cecilia.
Cecilia?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Right here?
Mm-hmm. She said, I've learned that commitment is subjective. It's different for everyone. I think that's people that are not fully committed, and it goes to what I was saying. I think that people do have their own definition of what commitment is, but that goes for what Fuel was saying as well. It's just those people that are not in the same space as you. And we
Yeah.
always talk about that as just kind of dating people who are on the same page as you. And so we're speaking as if it was reciprocal. And
Right.
and how do we fully dwell into that? But when we start to mention that, then I start to see, okay, well, maybe we haven't even ever really fully committed, because Javon Miss Cecilia made a great point that people have different ways of commitment. What they think commitment is subjective. So I can feel one way about commitment and you can feel one way about commitment. But I think that when you're fully committed to something, you know what commitment truly is, and you're focused on that and that only. And a big part of being committed to something is being selfless, because you're focusing more on the situation. So you're not worried about not receiving,
right,
because you're giving.
right. I wonder what is it like, because sometimes people go into a relationship, like you said, like what is the, it has to be a key thing where you don't go into a relationship unless you know for sure that this person is committed.
Absolutely. I agree.
You know, and what is that key thing? What is the key? Huh?
Talking, asking questions. Something I'm learning. And then also,
so do you feel like if someone avoids the question of being committed, you know, completely committed in your relationship, that's a sign to say, you know what I'm saying, that they're not? When they avoid the question, in other words, if you talk about, you know, you guys been in a committed relationship and been there for each other, blah blah blah, and that person avoids it, like, you know, I do believe in that, but then goes off and saying and talking about other shit or whatever the case may be, would that be a sign to know that this person
absolutely a sign? Absolutely a sign. I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I think it would be. But you'll know when you're on the same page. But then it goes back to what Jeremiah was really saying.
What did he just say right here?
He says, "Please you first. You are your number one priority. If you people please, you'll be lacking in self commitment. So if you people please, you'll be lacking in you'll be lagging in self commitment."
Yeah. Thanks, Jeremiah. That's a good point. Yes.
I agree with that. I like that.
And I was gonna learn from that, baby. I'm gonna learn from that.
He also says you got to fill the gap of self-love that you think that you can only get from someone else. Again, you must learn to commit to yourself before you're ready to commit to any relationship. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I think that, to your point, Jeremiah, I think that until you're able to truly commit to yourself, will you be able to truly commit to someone else? I think that you have to still do the work, like you said, and be on. You gotta be right with yourself before you enter that, because you won't know what to do, right? You, once being committed to yourself, you kind of know the signs of what commitment is. It's not subjective anymore. It becomes intentive, and I know exactly what it is.
Right.
Go ahead.
Cecilia said most people are committed to themselves, and that could sometimes cause a problem in a relationship because it can be seen as selfishness. Ooh,
absolutely.
Okay.
Again,
yes, but and that's why. So where do you find? And Cecilia, I even asking you this question: where do you find the balance? Because just like Jeremiah just said, right? You know what I'm saying? You have to, you know, commit to yourself or whatever before you can commit to someone else, whatever. So how do you find the balance of understanding that it's not only about you, but you have this other person too, to have to, you know?
I think being confident in oneself, being fully committed to yourself, you already confident, and you don't need the extra attention to please yourself. You don't need anyone.
Yeah, but how do you find the balance? Because like she said, it can be taken as selfishness.
When you, that's what I'm saying. I get, but I was gonna say I get what she's saying, but I don't think that she's meaning in that sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that if I'm committed, I feel like I said it with you. If they're committed to themselves,
Well, she said most people. She said most people.
Yeah, well,
she said most
I
people
feel like
commit.
if they committed to themselves more than the relationship, then they don't belong in that relationship. I think that what Jeremiah is saying is that you have to be self-confident and committed to yourself and being able to work within self. That's totally different. That cannot be seen as selfishness because I'm coming already as a finished product. But as this finished product, I'm peaceful within myself, and I have enough respect for myself, and I can make myself happy that I don't have an issue with being fully committed to you and making you happy.
Okay. I think I think I follow you.
You know
Let's
what I'm
see.
saying? But Jeremiah
What?
dropping jewels in the line.
Alice agreed with CC with Cecilia. Okay. Let's see, Carmen. You been quiet, girl. You been quiet. Definitely definitely be committed to your to self first, because then you won't even accept someone that's not fully committed to you as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I guess that's basically the answer that you had just gave to Fat Boy.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that would be the balance. You see what I'm saying? That would be
The
the
balance
balance.
comes, like Jeremiah said, the balance comes from within. I think that to be truly committed to someone, like he said, is being truly committed to yourself, and you know what you would do for oneself, so you will be able to do that to the other. Plus, you will also know it. You will be able to know that it's reciprocal, because you will be able to know how you make yourself happy, and you will be able to know, well, then they make me happy this way as well. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of starts in the home on the individual. So I'm with Jeremiah as well.
All right. Yeah, he just said, I don't know why your side is freezing back and forth. Like 1 minute it's okay. I think when you make a lot of movement, you freeze up for some reason.
I think it's just your connection over there.
It's my connection.
It's your connection over there, because I'm straight. I ain't froze yet.
Yeah. Well, the people. It might be then. It might be. If we both don't know how to commit to ourselves, how do we know what's right, what's wrong, and what's not?
That's what I'm saying. I didn't even see that shit. Absolutely.
For you.
Absolutely. I agree. I didn't even see you say that yet, and I just said the same thing. But absolutely, you got to know. That's something that I'm learning. Like, I'm learning to be better with myself than to know how to fully go into this. I'm still learning too, because it's hard not to be selfish and so instead of selfless.
All those qualities of community, family, future, and finance can be possible if you don't know how to be successful or define success for yourself.
Yeah.
True. That is true. Yes. Where'd I go? Oh, spitting real truth.
Jeremiah
I
definitely
agree with you, big dog.
chat.
I agree too, man. And you're teaching me your therapy for me too, big dog. He said appreciate it, and then real last one. I think
agree.
being committed, huh?
I agree. I'm sorry, I read it already. Go ahead.
I think being committed to self and different from the characteristics of being selfish. Okay, got you. Okay, that's what. And I think that's what I think that's the answer I was looking for. Who was that? Damn it. Carletta. I'm sorry, I'm tripping today, man. I don't like doing the show from this atmosphere. This is not cool. But it's okay, because I didn't want to miss it for you guys. I didn't want to, have to postpone the show again. Answer Cecilia right there.
Cecilia said, I believe commitment is to bind yourself to your partner, because as human beings, we will never let ourselves down. So we're always going to be committed to ourselves. I agree with you, but
it works both ways.
I think we commit to ourselves on the surface as well. We don't always do the full healing, because like Jeremiah said, once you completely committed to self and growth of mentally and growth of emotionally and growth of spiritually, you're able to push that onto someone else and be able to fully commit yourself to them. Because as like Carletta said, when I'm committed to myself, I can't be seen too much as selfish because I'm pure within that regard, right? I'm not boastful about it. I'm not selfish with it. I'm just proud of who I am.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are we still going? We still going? I guess we still
Your
going.
mind dropping jewels. He says, I have to disagree with Cecilia. We all fall short one way or another. If we don't know our strengths and weaknesses, we won't be able to define success and commitment for ourselves.
What do you think about that, Cecilia? We let them go.
Hey, great show, man.
Hey, man.
Another one.
I learned a lot, man.
I need y'all to send y'all dear brothers and dear sisters in.
Oh yeah, yes. We still got dear brothers, dear sisters, you guys. So if you guys have a question for the fellas, and the fellas, you got questions for the ladies, drop us at firedupbroadcasting@gmail.com, and we'll put it on the show and ask that question and see what kind of responses we'll get, and then hopefully it's something that can help everyone. It's not just for us, it's for y'all as well. You know what I'm saying? So definitely do that. What else we got? We got anything else coming up?
Another great show. Another great show next week. Make sure you put your dear brothers that you already know to send it to. Make sure you subscribe to YouTube at Fired Up Broadcasting. Also send your dear brothers and dear sisters to firedupbroadcasting@gmail.com. Make sure y'all tap in on YouTube and subscribe and share after you get done. Make sure you go to TikTok and watch a video. Make sure I'm thinking maybe next week, Fuel, on the weekend, man. We keep saying we need to do a watch party, man, and pull back an episode that we like and kind of engage with the fans on that way. We'll play
what we talked about from that show.
Yeah, we talked about it. We'll.
Let me ask you what. Okay, well, we can. Why we even on here? What? Because see, Fat Boy be telling me shit, y'all. So I'm gonna hold him accountable to when he answered this question right here, and you guys can help me. Hold him to it. So, what day you thinking that we can do this? As far as that, a watch party, a watch show of topics that we talked about, and we can comment and engage with the viewers like we doing now.
It'll have to be like a Saturday when I get off at like about 5. It had to be like at like 6 o'clock one of these Saturdays.
Okay. I put him on the spot now. He said one of these Saturdays.
But next week, next Sunday.
This Sunday or following Sunday?
Following Sunday.
All right. Yeah, y'all heard it here first. Y'all heard him.
Following Sunday.
All right, on the Sunday, we're gonna try to have a watch party. I hope everybody have a chill. We'll post the time and everything and let you guys know what's happening. And hopefully we'll see y'all there and continue to do just like you did today with the comments. We love it. I've learned from it. Appreciate, like I said, my family, that did come in. Robin, I appreciate you. Yeah, man. That's gonna do it, man. Anything you guys?
No, that's it, man. Y'all know I love y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in. I'm loving the comments. Thank you, Pops. He said, great show, fellas, and welcome back. Thank you. We're happy to be back. Got some great stuff for you. Got some more great history for you next week.
Oh, yeah.
And we just happy
to got some surprises coming, man. People gonna be surprised.
And we back in full effect.
Yeah. All right, and man. That's gonna do it for us. And remember,
if they talking about you
behind your back.
Come on, man. No, do that over. Don't do that.
All right, here we go. And remember,
if they talking about you behind your back, they behind you for a reason. Peace.
All our illusions will disappear, and all the reasons start to fade.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Reasons, the show where you can give your reasons why you think what you feel about what we're talking about today. man. We say no.
Dear brother, how do y'all deal with erectile dysfunction when you're in a relationship?
I wouldn't know how to do it unless I had it. And remember, if they're talking about you behind your back, they behind you for a reason. Hey.